All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video we got some big news as the WBA says it is going to make a big move in the heavyweight division if Daniel Dubois is unable to fight Oleksandr Usyk. It looks like it will be Deontay Wilder who gets the shot at the 3 belts. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we've got some breaking news from the WBA. The WBA has stated that they will order Oleksandr Usyk to defend his WBA, IBF, and WBO heavyweight world titles versus Deontay Wilder next if Daniel Dubois is unavailable due to injury or pulls out of the fight. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you real fast about today's sponsor, the Boxing Showtime app. It's a very useful app that keeps you updated on all things boxing, and you can keep up with the latest fights, where to watch them, the latest news, and a lot more. For any hardcore boxing fan like myself, and most likely all of y'all, I would definitely recommend downloading it. And it also is most definitely a big support to the channel. It's available for both Apple and Android, and you can find the link in the description below. Thanks for considering downloading Boxing Showtime's app. But let's get back into the subject matter of the video. And let me tell you, man, that means that there is a very high probability that the fight between the two will take place because Daniel Dubois has been injured. He was injured in his last fight. Against a fighter named Kevin Lerena. And that fight was in December of last year. And the time frame for recovery for a torn ACL is, I do believe, 6 to 7 months. So the fact that Daniel Dubois is the mandatory for Oleksandr Usyk's titles, the WBA, he's the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO champion, doesn't necessarily mean, though, that he's going to be able to take the fight because of that injury that he has. And I do think that not only, would he be getting in there against Oleksandr Usyk in a situation where he would be fighting somebody who's a very good fighter and he's already at a bit of a disadvantage against Oleksandr Usyk. For him to fight Oleksandr Usyk and do it on a torn ACL or one that is not all the way, fully recovered, that is a big risk for him. And it might be a little bit smarter for him just to go ahead and say, it's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let Deontay Wilder take the fight and then maybe get a shot of the winner between Deontay Wilder and Oleksandr Usyk. Now, also, there is the conversations that have been going on between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury to get an undisputed title fight for all the belts at heavyweight, but it just doesn't seem like that fight has been really been getting along very well. There's been all kind of back and forths between the two. The last report that came out from Oleksandr Usyk is that the fight was that the negotiations were at an impasse. And Bob Arum at a point in time had said that the reason that it was at an impasse is because they were waiting for the fight for the people in Saudi Arabia who would be willing to put on the fight in the second half of the year for them, for those guys to do it and the money to be available for the fight. I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, but I mean, whatever the case is, man, right now we are in It's May 16th. So it's right now just 6 months out from the injury from Daniel Dubois' injury. So to me, it looks like they should just go on ahead and push and get the fight ordered with Deontay Wilder. I know that that's something that Deontay Wilder wants to have made. He definitely went into the rankings for the WBA. I'm not sure if he's at what all of the rankings that he's in are, but this particular instance, I do believe that it is the WBA, and I know that he is ranked very high in the WBA, so it looks like it's going to be a go, man. And this is a situation where Oleksandr Usyk really can't get out of the fight because it would be a mandated fight. I don't know what it would really mean because my personal opinion is I have Deontay Wilder beating Oleksandr Usyk. I think that Oleksandr Usyk I think eventually he's going to catch Oleksandr Usyk, and he also has such a size and length advantage, and he has a good jab that he very well could keep Oleksandr Usyk at bay, just landing a stiff jab on him until the time where he can really land that big shot. But whatever the case is, looks like the bronze bomber ain't going anywhere. Like the bronze bomber ain't going anywhere too quickly. And I like this decision by the WBA to do this. Daniel Dubois, I like him as a fighter, but honestly, man, this is a much more competitive and thrilling fight that would take place between Deontay Wilder and Oleksandr Usyk. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.